Hey folks, and welcome back. Today we're at a different location for us. This is the Old Gray Cemetery in Knoxville, Tennessee, established and organized in 1850, I believe it was, and the first burial here was in 1851, and it was a gentleman who was unfortunately killed in a July 4th celebration by an exploding cannon. And I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. It's available on the cemetery's website. And also, I believe he's buried in an unmarked grave, so we won't be able to visit that. But I just wanted to come today and take a look around here at some of this historic cemetery and see the beauty of it and the peacefulness. And before I forget to mention, I believe there are Civil War veterans buried in this cemetery also. So let's take a look around and see this nice place. So as you enter, this is right as I first entered, there's a map of the Old Gray Cemetery. You can see there it does say organized 1850. And there is also a little stand here next to it. Says please clean up after your pets. So this is open to the public. You can walk your pets in here. There are signs reminding you that this is a private property area, but please be respectful of the property and all that's here. This is just a view of the entrance area as I came in, and that is North Broadway. And here, this is going to be hard to get for you with the tree and the shadows, but there's a little information here. Pause it to read if you'd like. Now let's take a look around. I'll be probably doing a little combination of driving and walking as we go. Thought this was interesting and wanted to stop and take a look at it. It's too bad it's leaning over and starting to fall, but wow, what a marker. And I believe this says Dr. John M. Peyton or Dr. John W. Peyton. I think it's Dr. John W. Peyton. Lived from 1824 to 1874. But man, just a neat old marker I thought it was, and just thought it was worth showing. Here's another one I thought was interesting. It's, I believe the last name I can read on the bottom is Renshaw, and there are names on three sides of this. This is marking three different graves. Elizabeth M., daughter of J.H. and M.B. Renshaw. She died in 1882. On this side, we have Blanche, wife of L.B. Brayton, died in 1897. This side is nothing on it, but on this side, there's a third one. Mary, wife of J.H. Renshaw, and she died in 1899. Just an interesting marker. And as you can see, as I pan through, there's old graves, there's not so old graves. There's an interesting one over there. It looks like a mausoleum type. And for the exception of the construction sounds and an adjoining property, it's pretty peaceful here, and just hear the wind. And there's the other interesting one I showed it just a minute ago. And you can see here that there's some that aren't that old in here too. This couple that was buried in 1985 and 1997. So it's a very nice, peaceful place with a mix of old and new. And the way I'm pointing the camera now is toward the northwest corner, I believe, and that is where the unmarked grave of the first person buried here in 1851 is, somewhere in the northwest corner. And my vehicle is facing the northwest corner now, where somewhere, I believe it's out in this area, is where the unmarked grave of the first person buried here is. Now, there is a monument somewhere here for that person. I'm not exactly sure where that's at. But I'm not here to look for individual or specific graves. I'm just enjoying the scenery and the peacefulness here. This looks like a nice shaded older section to check out here for a minute. You can see there's been some tree damage from a storm or something. I'm sure they'll come clean up before long. There's a organization that takes care of this place, and that's nice to know. You can book tours of this cemetery. They do guided tours. Yeah, there's some older stones here that are very hard to read. Now, this being interesting here, this one says died in, well, I think it says it's 1887. I thought it said 1837, which I know would predate the actual existence of the cemetery. I was wondering if somebody had been relocated, but a lot of old markers here that are hard to read. And I'm up in the very corner now. Next door, the camera's picking that up, as a national cemetery. But I wanted to come to the older one and just see the beauty and the peacefulness here. Let's not forget the folks in the National Cemetery next door as Memorial Day approaches, honoring those that gave their lives in defense of our country. I thought this would be an interesting spot to stop and get a little bit closer look at this this old structure. Unfortunately, there's a couple of stones that have fallen here. Hopefully somebody comes along and picks them up or repairs them soon, I would hope. That one's even broken. From 1869, I believe it says. But the date on this structure is 1854, but most of the family that I see outside were buried here in the early to mid 1900s. Again, it's just minus the construction sounds and the adjoining property, it's a really peaceful place. I know I've said that before, but yeah, it's a nice, interesting, large structure there. Man, some of these trees, I mean, let's not overlook, some of these trees are old. And probably that tree has been here, I would dare say, since the beginning of the cemetery. That tree is old. That tree has seen a lot. Back up toward the beginning where I started. And I'm going to go back up here to this roundabout. There's a place wide enough to leave my vehicle so other vehicles can get by and take a look at a few things here. Man, here's another just ornate monument that caught my eye, with intricate design on it, and the individual stones laid out in front of it from early 1900s, and actually one from 1895. And then behind that is another just large and beautiful piece of work here. Let's take a walk around this. It's actually a fountain. There's water coming out. There you go. And a plaque, Old Gray Cemetery. Ella Elbers, Memorial Fountain presented to the trustees of Gray Cemetery by A.J. Elbers, 1890. It's pretty old. Very nice. And then just surrounded by all types of monuments. So again, that's the entrance out there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well, but there's a church across the street, across from North Broadway. And I encourage people to come out and visit old historic cemeteries like this. And if I remember reading right, this cemetery is like the second oldest in Knox County, I think. I could be wrong, but I think I read something like that. Should have took notes, huh? I'm not perfect, far from it. Yeah, just, man, I encourage visiting places like this. Peaceful. So I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but I wanted to say thanks for coming along on this one. And hopefully I'm going to try to get out and do some more stuff maybe some more historic stuff, or whatever I find interesting. If you do come out places like this, just remember, please be respectful of property. And you notice behind me, this place is monitored, so not that it should have to be, but we know how people are. Thanks again for joining me. It's a beautiful day here in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's almost Memorial Day. Please don't forget the ones that have sacrificed their lives in service of this country. And I hope you all take care. Enjoy the beautiful weather we're having. And safe travels wherever you may go. Thank you.